Okay. Well, I guess we can't do it. All right, y'all. Greetings, 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 greetings. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I am your hostess and your melanated queen. Today we have two special guests. We have Gold Sugar and the T Grizzy Tiger. So today's topic, we're talking about our people parasites of the planet Earth. So I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Uh, Gold Sugar, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's the beginning of the weekend. It's Friday. Um, yep, just happy to be off from work for the weekend, honestly.
Okay, sounds wonderful, guys. And the Tagger, how are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm a little tired, but good.
Oh, you're tired? I didn't know you were tired.
Mm,
Oh, because you were doing homework earlier, right?
mm.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for joining us today. We're so grateful to have you here. I'm going to turn my camera on so y'all can see me. Yes, I didn't do much with my hair, but I still made it here for F Your Feelings Friday. It is F Your Feelings Friday today, okay? So I'm glad for those that have joined us in the building. Shout out to Fox Galaxy and Lonesome Dove. Now they're saying they can't hear me, but you two can hear me. Is this correct?
Yes.
All right. And then I can't find myself on the TV screen. I'm trying to see if I'm live, if I can find my live stream. I don't know. I go through this every single time. So anyway, how has your week been thus far?
Uh, Week has been okay. Um, I feel like work is a little more stressful than I would like for it to be. The weather yesterday was crazy in Virginia. We got all the the seasons in one day, so that was very
Hmm.
interesting. Um, But otherwise, no complaints. I hate to complain. Um, it could always be not as good as it is.
Got it. Okay, y'all. I'm just sending out the link to a few people in case they want to tune in to what we have going on over here. Okay. Oh my goodness, man. Okay, so anyway, let's get into it. So Fox Galaxy said, "How's everyone?" As you hear, Fox Galaxy, we're here. We're blessed. We're doing okay. The Tiger, T Grizzy said he's a little tired. And if everybody wants to know, that is actually my nephew that's on the live stream with us. Okay, it's my oldest nephew, guys. And so I just want to give a special recognition to him for coming on and joining his auntie to be on the live stream. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, I don't even know
Can
which
they hear
camera
you
to look
now?
at. Huh?
Can they hear you now?
Oh, yeah. Fox Galaxy said it's nice meeting you too. I think we can be heard, y'all. I think we can be heard, y'all. So I'm so grateful for that. Hopefully, there's no echo. So, the Tagger, tell me about your thoughts and opinions regarding people being parasites of the planet Earth, because I think that's the topic that you brought up or you came up with. What are your thoughts and opinions on that? How in the world do I have an incoming call, y'all? This is ridiculous. Can you hear me? I got to put my phone on do not disturb. This is crazy. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm. What's up,
Yep.
Tagger?
I don't know. Maybe he's doing something at the moment.
Wait, what happened?
She asked what were your thoughts and opinions about the topic that you came up with.
Oh, yeah. So, I saw in this article one time something about like uh the closest planet to Earth in our solar system is, I can't remember if it was Venus or Mars, but it was one of the two. And like if something would happen to Earth, that would be like one of the planets that we would go to, like for refuge, I guess. And
Okay.
so, mhm.
So essentially, is the theory that we are basically moving from planet to planet, just kind of like destroying the planet, and then once we've exhausted all the resources from one, we go to another? Like, was that part of the idea?
Yes, for the most part, yes.
Hmm.
Mm,
Would you like to
okay.
expound for the audience on the theory of people being parasites on Earth?
So the theory is we are whatever aliens there are in the solar system, and we came to Earth because whatever planet we came from had gotten too harsh for us to live on. So we came to Earth, and the meteor that killed the dinosaurs was our spacecraft.
And
That's
nat
it.
the natural disasters?
Oh yeah, and we're parasites for the Earth, and since and the Earth is a living organism itself, since it's the only planet in our eyes today that can sustain life, and it's a living organism. This is the only reason why it can sustain life. And natural disasters like tsunamis, hurricanes, tornadoes, that's just the Earth's immune system fighting back against the disease of humans.
I think that's interesting because
That
that,
is an
I mean, it sounds like it
interesting
makes sense.
interesting theory. I'm sorry, I was not tuned into the part about the immune system. What did you say about that part?
That the Earth is a living organism, and the natural disasters are the Earth's immune system fighting back against the parasites that are humans.
Oh, okay. That actually kind of makes sense
It
when you
makes
think about it.
sense. It does, because that's how the human body works. Like your
It
body does
does.
these things to fight off the bacteria or whatever sickness or whatever that is
Mm-hmm.
tearing apart is your body. So that's crazy because it really does, really does make sense. But I wonder, I mean, I don't really keep up with, like I see the stuff where it's like, oh, there's a tsunami that hit here, there's, an earthquake or whatever in different areas, across the world. But I wonder if it's like, was there something previously going on that was disruptive to the earth or whatever part of land? And then, oh, all of a sudden now everything's washed away and flooded away off the earth to try to, get those nuisances from attacking that particular part of the earth. So that would be interesting to know, like, when these natural disasters occur, what was taking place in that location beforehand that might have stimulated the response from the earth. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah. So, care to elaborate on that? T Grizzy the Tager. Yeah, I have a cough. A cough. I
What are your
don't
thoughts
even.
on that tag?
It very well could be the case. I 100% think it's possible that we might be like drilling into the earth for oil or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
wherever that these natural disasters are occurring when they are occurring, and that's the earth fighting back against us attacking it.
Mm,
See, and to me, it makes sense for like hurricanes and tsunamis, like you said. But what about like earthquakes?
maybe that's the earth swallowing the people.
Oh, mm, 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 mm.
I mean, I'm just speculating here. But he said, and it's a very interesting concept that we are the aliens that arrived on planet Earth, and the meteorite that destroyed the dinosaurs was our spacecraft, because you said we could not sustain living on the other planet that we were on, so we came here.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know, when you think about it, and Taggart, tell me if I'm wrong, because you know movies a little bit better than I do. But aren't there movies that kind of depict where, like, oh, the aliens took that planet down, and now they're headed, like, it's so many movies, especially like in what the Marvel, whatever, cinematics or
Mhm.
whatever, where they go from one planet and the aliens are coming to Earth. They're going to take down Earth because they already went through all of these other planets. But you know how they do in the movies, like it can be kind of based off of something real, but not all the way, giving you the full story. So that part makes sense too, because they keep making movies about, like, oh, aliens took down this planet. Now they're moving, they keep moving from planet to planet and just kind of like depleting the resources from that planet, or, making it unlivable, which is basically what we're doing to Earth, obviously. So I think it's just so interesting. I never would have thought of that ever.
So we have someone in the chat, We have Matty Ice. They could also be man made weather like hurricanes and tsunamis and earthquakes. Okay, so I have this question I want to ask. What's good, King Hazy? Glad to see you in the building. Y'all say hi to my nephew. He agreed to come on today and have this discussion. And please say hi to the Miss Lovely Gold Sugar as well. I have two
Hola.
special guests in the building, y'all. Um, I want to ask this question with the weather, T Grizzy Tager. Let me ask you this. So you know we're in March, right?
Mhm.
And out of all the years that you've been living on the earth, which are 14 years so far, have you ever experienced the weather that we've had for this past week? So, from what you can remember from March, do you agree with these weather changes we've been having, or do you think this is weather manipulation? What are your thoughts? Because I heard that you all had snow yesterday, unbeknownst to me, and we just had 84-degree weather the day before yesterday. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
The weather dropped like
30
30
degrees.
degrees in a day. So it started
Yes.
off warm when everyone got on the bus in the morning, and then the sky looked crazy. Then it was a downpour, a short downpour. Then it was nice outside. It was like it cooled off a little bit. Then there was sleet, then there was rain, then there was snow, then there was a thunderstorm. It was insane. And that I saw somebody say too, they were like, "Holy harp, what's going on?" Because the weather in Virginia yesterday. But it literally, like,
Hold
this is
on.
the second time.
I'm gonna I'm gonna mute him while you talk because y'all are echoing.
Oh, we're in separate locations though.
It's
I think
okay.
it's probably my headphones, but yeah, is that better?
Yeah, it was crazy, Maddie, from 80 to snowflakes. Yes, it's fine. So I'm
And
gonna
that's
unmute. Go
That's
ahead.
like the second time where, because if what was it, like a few weeks
Stop.
ago, it was sunny outside, and the next thing I knew, when I looked outside like an hour later, it was covered in snow. Like the snow came out of nowhere. So same thing probably happened to people yesterday, where they were like, "Oh, it's raining," and then all of a sudden you look outside and the ground is covered in snow. Like it was crazy yesterday. But that I agree. I felt like that was definitely weather manipulation, because the fact that we had several days that were like high 70s, 80, and then all of a sudden, like, we were back to freezing but when I woke up this morning.
Oh, oh, let me tell you this. So I found out from when I checked. Now, we normally have pretty warm weather here, right? So
Hmm.
today, allegedly, it got up to 64. And then they told us that tonight it's supposed to get down to 35. We're going into 72 tomorrow, y'all. 71 Sunday with rain. Monday, we're going to be at 69. Tuesday, we're going down to 29. Wednesday, 28 degrees, y'all. And then by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to be up to 71 and 65.
And I work with people that live in like Minnesota, so I'm like Yesterday I was like posting. I was like, this is what's going on. Now it's ice. Now it's this. And they're like, oh, that's normal for us. We get like all of these different things in it. So it's like that shouldn't be normal for anybody. Like if y'all are in the cold, you should just be cold all day. It shouldn't be where it's hot, then it's cold, and there's snow. Like it's a lot. That's a lot happening. But
I
I do
also
think they be manipulating the weather for sure. Like it's no way that they're
Mhm.
not.
I also, yeah, I did some studying, well, some articles. I read some articles, y'all, and I don't like to be what they classify as a conspiracy theorist, but you know they are trying to depopulate us, right?
Oh, I think the sun is fake.
Care to elaborate? Care to elaborate?
I tell your mom all the time that's that fake sun out there. Like I don't think that's the real sun. I don't know why, but I don't feel like that's the real sun. I think they kidnapped the real sun and they've got like fake
Mhm,
sun out. Because one thing I noticed is like from what I remember, and you tell me if you remember differently. Same for the chat. The sun used to like go above your head at some point. This is what I recently noticed. Like at some point, if you look straight up, the sun is overhead, over like it goes overhead. At this point, the sun, if I look outside, it stays to like the west side or left side of the house or whatever. Like it doesn't go above the top of the house. Like I see the sun stay on the surrounding area of the sky. I mean, it goes up a little bit, but it doesn't go like overhead. Like at no point can I go outside and it's like I look straight up and there's the sun. I think it's fake. And then the color of the sun is not the same. Like sometimes it's just bright white. Sometimes it looks like it's smaller. Like I don't know. I feel like something's happened to the sun. And I remember they said China was releasing a fake sun, and who knows? They probably did and did something to the real one. I don't know. I feel like even like the way that the sun treats you, because I'm halfway believing that I'm allergic to the sun because when I go outside I got halves and stuff now in the well, it doesn't matter what time of year, it's whenever it feels like happening. So
mhm,
I just feel like I don't know, like it has a different effect too on just people outside. Like you see how people be like so hot and sunburning, and their
mhm,
reaction to the sun is different, I think too. Like it's way more harsh than what it used to be, like the way people react to the sun.
mhm. Somebody in the chat, Lonesome Dove, said the sun used to be yellow, now it's white. Did you notice that?
Exactly, that's it, the color is different.
Also, I'm trying to understand why is the sun out at the same time as the moon? Like that never used to happen when I remember looking up at the sky. But recently this has been the consensus. Have you noticed that?
Hmm.
Yeah. So it can be in the AM or it can be in the late evening or the middle of the day. The moon is out with the sun, y'all. When did this start happening? So what's really going on?
I feel like you used to see it every once and again. You might see the moon, in the daytime, but I think now, yeah, like it's more frequent that you see it, and then also like you might see it where it's like the sun isn't at its full brightness, and you might see a little bit of the moon. But now it's like middle of the day, you might see I don't know, girl. I don't know what's going on. And I think Tagger, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we have a discussion about the
Hold on. His
way?
his device disconnected. I don't know what
Oh
just happened.
no. So he and I was having a
He's
discussion
back.
about the Tagger, let me know if this is right. Were we not talking about the way, like what is revolving around what? I'm saying I think the sun is revolving around the earth. And we were talking about this like a while ago. Tagger, what was your thoughts on the rotation?
I definitely believe that that could be the case. I have
What?
no idea.
Come on.
I've seen things on social media before where it's like people talking about the sun and the moon are revolving around the earth along with the other planets, but I have I I find it extremely weird. I do think that maybe the sun could be revolving around us. I don't know which is which.
You said you think the sun could revolve around us?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting scenario. All right, so let me see what the comments section is saying. You said the magnetic field is changing, so I believe that the sun is moved because of the Earth's tilt, but the sun is whiter because it's getting hotter because of the sun cycle. The sun goes through 12-year cycles, plus the solar flares affect the way we look at it. Maddie Ice said, yeah, exactly. I've been seeing that as well. With the sun and moon together, how is that? I watched this YouTuber called Suspicious Observer where he tracks, where he tracks the sun's behavior. You said, is it revolving around the globe Earth or the flat Earth? Interesting. Galileo had it right until the Catholic Church made him change his views. And y'all, they have been forcing this into the school system, y'all, about the fact that the solar system only has 9 planets and the fact that we revolve around the sun. This is what we were told, and we revolve on an axis and we tilt, and there's like a gravitational pull, which is why we don't float around. But I don't know. You just have to question a lot of these things because we've been lied to so much. So Taggart, can I ask you this question? Tiger, T Grizzy.
Yeah.
Let me ask you your opinion about school, what you're learning in school as it relates to like science and different topics and subjects. Do you think that the school is telling you the truth about history, about science, about health, just about things in general? What are your thoughts and opinions right now? Because you're currently in what grade? You're in the eighth grade, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I feel
Tell
like
me. Okay, speak up or come to the mics so I can hear you a little bit better, or turn your phone up a little bit. But tell me your thoughts about school and what you're learning. Like, what's your opinion about the whole thing?
I feel like they're telling us like half of it. Like they're not telling us the whole truth. There's definitely more to the story. I don't think that they're completely lying to us, but I do feel like there's more than what they are saying.
They're telling you what they
Okay.
want you to know.
So,
Yeah.
why do you think they're only telling us half the story? Do you think this is a way for them to manipulate us for control, or they don't want us to know the full truth for some other reason? Like, why would they only tell us half, or do you think they just don't know the full truth?
I think they're just not telling us because they don't want us to fully know. They don't want us to know everything that's happening because then we could gain control over the situation, over that.
Mm, okay. Yeah, y'all might not know this, but my nephew he's very enlightened. And even at the age of 3, which he probably doesn't remember, I remember some things he used to say, and I was like, this is kind of scary for a 3-year-old to be saying these things. I kind of think he's been here before. I have recordings of stuff that he said to me, and excuse me, I don't know if you remember this, Tagger, T Grizzy, but when you were around 8 years old and we were at Grandma and Papa's house, you were working on some type of story. You were telling me about this story called the multiverse. Do you remember this? You don't remember telling me about the multiverse, the universe of two? And you said it's more than one universe? I have it recorded just in case you don't remember, but do you recall any of this?
Not entirely. No, I do not. I do think I remember some of the conversation, but not that much of it.
Hmm.
Oh, he
So do
can get
you
into the multiverse for you right now, though.
So I was gonna ask him about the multiverse because I've never looked at it that way. I've always looked at it the way it was given to us, like we just have this one universe with the galaxy and the 9 planets, with the stars and the moon and and the one sun. But I was gonna ask him what are his thoughts and beliefs on the multiverse. Tagger, T Grizzy.
Um, yeah, I feel like the multiverse is just a bunch of universes compiled into one source, and there are aliens out there in some of those other universes and galaxies, and it's a lot bigger than what we know.
Mm,
Do you
okay,
think
so
our universe has oh, I'm sorry. Do you
no,
think
go ahead.
our universe has collided with another universe?
maybe at some point in history, maybe not. It could have possibly.
Because I know for BGAB, MC recently sent us a um, told us to search Jim Carrey's name, right? And it's not right. It doesn't show the right thing. Like the whole Jim Carrey thing is a whole situation, anyways, with his face and stuff. But the name was spelled different. Remember that? And I think he had that same idea that like this isn't like this universe has had to have collided with another universe because they spelled the name totally different. Like it's normal. Like what are those things? Tag or what are those things when like it used to be one way and then they changed it to something else? What do you call it? I can't think of it.
That's the Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. Yes. Because all of those Mandela effects made me think that like some that's what usually prompts people to say like our universe has collided or we switched what is it, time thingies, time paths or whatever. So yeah. Something
Yeah.
about it is real. He keeps disconnecting, but something about it is real, I think.
Oh, he must have. Yeah, something must be going on with his connection, but he's back up. No, I haven't seen the Interstellar movie, Lonesome Dove, and yes, the Mandela effect. You said maybe certain timelines are merging together. I believe they could be. Y'all should watch it because it relates to what y'all are talking about. Thank you for giving us that information. I need to check it out. Is it on Netflix? And someone said the nephew's intelligent. Thank you. Okay. I remember this story. You said the school manipulated by the Rockefellers. Yes, definitely, y'all.
Yep.
Definitely. So we're just trying to get to the bottom of it. So I wanted to ask the Tager this, nephew. What do you think? I know you said that we could be like alien beings because we consider ourselves human and we consider everything else alien. So, what about the animals then, like the cats and the dogs? Are they considered to be aliens as well? Because humans, we consider ourselves the most highly intelligent beings on the planet. But and I guess this is a multi question because if we are the most intelligent beings on the planet, then how can we pay for everything in order for us to live? Like we pay for water, we pay for shelter, we pay for food, we pay for everything. And some people have to pay for oxygen to live because they're on like oxygen tanks. What are your thoughts on that?
I do feel like the animals were here when we arrived, and that they never came with us. They were always here, and they just always went with the flow. But the paying for things, that I feel is the government and the rich people trying to control the poor and the middle class, so they stay in their higher control and keep us out of it.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
you're
Oh,
so
go
you
ahead.
so he said the animals were here first and then we joined the animals?
Well, if you think about it, what other species that's like on the, that walks on the ground, that's how only I can say it, mammals, but not, like dolphins or whatever.
Mhm.
Which other ones have like skin and stuff with no fur? Like we're like almost hairless. Some of us are hairy, but
Right.
everything else has like fur. If I'm not, unless it's something I'm not considering. I mean, maybe an
Well,
elephant, but we just
lizards.
don't match. But those are like amphibians. I mean, like as far as mammals, what
Oh,
other
mammals.
mammal looks anything similar to us? Because you go to orangutans and all that, but they're still like furry creatures. So we don't really match the other
We don't.
species. The
We
other
don't.
species, like they all fit together. Like you have the insects, the amphibians, the reptile, like all of them kind of go together. But
Hmm.
we stick out amongst all everything else on Earth.
That is a good point. I never looked at it like that. We are different. So you think we are the last to come here to the earth?
I
Is
think it's
that what y'all are
possible.
saying?
I think it's
I'm really
possible, but
thinking
then there's also, the other aliens that they claim that there are. But then that gets into the where is the outer space is because some people say outer space is like all the way at the bottom of the ocean where the aliens actually truly live, which would
Mhm.
make sense because the stuff in the earth became like the ocean is like more kind of ball, slimy, whatever, like
Mhm.
some of it, which fits with the way they be describing aliens. So maybe the actual aliens just are from the bottom of the sea, and we're the other aliens that are
Mhm.
from outer space.
Mhm.
If there's an outer space, because a lot of people keep saying that there is no like space above the Earth because of the what's the thing called the
Van Allen belt.
no um they talk about it in the Bible. I can't think of the word. Somebody in the chat's gonna say it.
He fell off again.
I can't think
You s-
about it, but it's the thing that's above Earth, so you can't get out.
um the firm they call it the
The
firmament.
firmament. Thank you. I knew somebody was gonna say
We thought about it at the same time.
it.
Okay. So you're saying we can't leave the earth. But what okay, so then how are they sending rockets to outer space? What is she
Cause they,
doing?
cause they lying.
How are they taking pictures of the earth and all of this stuff
Now
from
I
the
saw, I saw a video the other day where they were like, they took a picture that was allegedly like, oh, this is the surface of Mars or somewhere, and then they were like, this is actually just some place in Earth, like some regular place, and they're like, if you take the picture, change the color, zoom it out, distort it, like it looks like the same. You like it. That's basically what it is. So I mean, people are saying like, those ain't real pictures. Just kind of like, we just figured out that the moon landing was fake. So the
Mhm.
fact that they would fake the moon landing
That's
and
true.
not even bother to try to like give nobody an answer about it, why should we believe in it? Like at that point, you've clearly lied on purpose to people and wanted them to believe it. So why should we believe anything else? Like the rest of it is, once somebody shows you that they will blatantly lie to your face, like why should I believe anything else you told me?
Okay, then. All right. So here's a question. So about these spaceships, these flying saucers and stuff, right? You know, the government tried to lie to us about that, but we know that it does exist. We know that it is, and it does exist and stuff. And they've been coming here to Earth allegedly, right? And they're saying that they have people that have been trained to fly some of these saucers and stuff like that. Like, Area 51, they probably moved it by now. But if you go back and you study Phil Schneider, you remember back in the day when we got snowed
Mm-hmm.
in, and Phil Schneider, William Cooper, all of these people have confirmed the fact that there are other entities that live out here that have landed on this planet. So if that's the case, where are they coming from?
Let me ask you this, right? I'm gonna respond to your question with a question. So, didn't you say like Queen Elizabeth or somebody was like a reptilian?
Yeah, I mean, this was confirmed on Twitter, but they scrubbed the internet,
Uh-huh.
so we can't.
So, my thing is, and this, this is what I think. I think that whoever the 1% or whoever they are, I think they are aliens because they don't care about human life, right? Like they make these decisions to poison people and send them to war and die. Like they seem to really truly not care about human life. So I think those are probably like not human people. Like I don't think that they're 100% human.
Mhm.
So the aliens, like they probably are aware of these aliens. Like they probably are their cousins or something. Like I don't know, but I feel like some of it might be a scare tactic because like they do the false flags now, um, with regular situations. But I feel like the thing with the saucers and all that, I feel like at some point it's just gonna be like a thing to scare people, like because you see
Mhm.
on the movies, like if you watch the Avengers, I don't know which one it was, Tagger, but you know which one, where the aliens came and like invaded New York and people was just in a frenzy and all over the place. Like I think that's gonna be a plan one day to do that. because they made so, like I said, they make so many movies about it. Men in Black, Independence Day, they make movies about it, and I think at some point they're going to go ahead and hit us with it, just like COVID. Like they had movies kind of about that before it happened. So I think that's like a plan that they're gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? They give us like, oh, a few here, like, oh, there's, to make sure you got your guard up. There's something you need to be afraid of. That's why we letting you see it. And then
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna hit you with it all at once when we need y'all to be like terrified and living underground because the aliens took over above land. Whatever. Got a lot of theories over here.
It is a lot of theories, but that's why you have a brain, right? This is why you were given a brain to think. And people say, "Oh, don't question it; just believe what everybody tells you." But that's crazy just to go along with what someone tells you because they could be lying to you, as we clearly have seen, right? So you have to question these theories, and it's just like, who's to say, like Tagger was saying, that we are not alien beings? Like, I honestly think we were bioengineered by a different entity, because like you said, we are very different, and then we have the ability to like communicate the way that we do in very detail. We have logic, we have a lot more capabilities than a lot of other beings on the planet. But with all of the things that we have, it feels like we're still the most enslaved group on the planet. Because think about it, the birds, they fly freely, they build their nest, they travel from north to south whenever they feel like it. Nobody is holding them captive. All the animals, for real, like if you think about it, they get to roam freely on the earth until the humans came and basically put them like in zoos and held them captive. But we also too are like in a form of slavery, even though people say, oh, slavery's over, but we're still not 100% free, if that makes sense, because you can't.
Slaves to the government.
Slaves to the government, slave to these laws, slave to the system. We don't just get to live how we really want to live. Because if we really live how we really want to live, I don't think anybody would work, honestly. Animals only work when they're building their shelter, when they're hunting for their food, when they're protecting themselves or their um, offspring and stuff like that. But for the most part, they lounge. They play, they lounge, they do what they want to do. We don't do what we want to do. Does that make sense? Like what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense to me that.
It makes sense, but we're the way we live now, right? Like we don't live a simple life anymore. Like we have so many just amenities to life, I guess, at this point. So like maybe back in the day it was the thing where you probably could live off the barter system and like, you live in your little cabin and draw your water and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But to have like the running water and the Wi-Fi and the electricity
This
and
is
all of those
true.
things, somebody has to work and pay somebody for it because you can't barter that stuff. So I think like it's a little bit unrealistic to not have to work if you want to have like these luxuries. But if you want to, because a lot of people are, well, I feel like I see a lot of people like trying to get off the grid and like, they get
Mm-hmm.
their little tiny home that they can move from here to there to there and just go live in the world. And they don't really require all of the, fancy things like you kind of have in your house just day to day. So I feel like it is possible, but I think people are so spoiled that
Mm-hmm.
like going back to that more simplistic lifestyle where it's
Mm-hmm.
probably not going to make you be as much of a slave to your job or a slave to the government as much because you still
Mm-hmm.
going like, oh, you violating such and such, like they still gonna have a law or something to keep you in place. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it just where we've come to at this point and what we've become accustomed to, it's hard to see like people go back to that. Like it would be have to I think it would have to be something like extravagant to like take down what we're used to and people go back to basic living. But I don't think people going the majority are gonna voluntarily go back and be like, let's live like the animal. Not to say like the animals, but so they can
Yeah.
kind of live more freely. Some
All right.
people do though, but I
I'm
think the
glad.
majority is not gonna happen.
I'm glad you brought that up. So, Tagger, let me ask you this, Tagger. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let me ask you this. So, Auntie, okay, and Gold Sugar grew up in an era where there was no internet, okay? I know you've heard the story before, but I'm going to tell it again. So, when we were your age, basically, if we wanted to like do research, we had to go to the library or we had to like look at the dictionary. Back in the day, we had encyclopedias, which you probably really are not accustomed to. We didn't really have the internet at our fingertips like you do now. So there was like no Googling stuff to find out information. There was no social media like Facebook, there was no Instagram, there was no TikTok, there was no Twitter, there was none of this stuff. We didn't have all these entertainment and all these gadgets that y'all have today. We had a basic Nintendo called Duck Hunt with the Super Mario Brothers with these very basic remote controls. And what else? We had the Sega Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you
We didn't.
think do you think that you would be able to survive without the internet, without your smartphone? Because we didn't even have cell phones. Would you be okay going without these things for like a few years of your life if you had to do so?
If I had to, I feel like I could if I had to. So long as I had my music, I'd be happy.
As long as
Oh,
you
well,
had your
that's
music?
that's another thing. No streaming. You see, I was gonna cut you off and say no streaming. So like Netflix and Paramount Plus and Apple Music, none of that exists.
Would you be okay with that?
Are there other ways I can get music?
The radio.
Yes, you can record the songs with the cassette tape from the radio.
I think I'd manage.
But you'd have to
Huh?
catch the song being played on the radio, and then you got to hit the button at the right time to catch it from the beginning, and hope the radio dude don't come in talking across your song or cut it off with another song. It was a whole situation.
Yes, it was a technique to this situation. Like we had to make sure when they started to play the song, we had to already have it ready to go and press the play button and press the record button right when they started the song. And then we had to be ready for when they ended the song. That's how we made our tapes back in the day and how we listened to our music. You ready for that?
Oh, and then he don't even know if you want to hear the song again. There is no repeat button. You have to rewind it, wait for it to re. They don't know about rewind. Like they have no idea what rewinding a tape is because they just push the back button and it starts over immediately. They have no idea. And it's so funny
And
because we were watching a show the other week. We're watching School
mhm,
Spirits. It's on Paramount Plus. And you know how like when they're releasing the show, so the middle child was like, "Oh, why do we have to wait for the next week for the episode to come?" I'm like, dude, this is what normal TV used to be. You have to wait for it to come out. But still, they don't they still don't get it fully because like you'd have to wait on for Thursday on this channel at this time. They
mhm.
still can watch it whenever. They just have to wait for the day. But I'm like, oh, poor, like y'all just have it. It's so different. It's just so different.
Okay, Tager. So you said as long as you had your music, I understand that because Auntie's a big, big, major music person. I became a music major because I was so like I was just so serious about how much I loved music, and okay. So let me ask you this, y'all. Okay, so y'all have the VR, right?
Yes.
And from my understanding, you have a PS5 or something like that, PlayStation 5.
Yes.
Would you be able to forego these things?
Yes.
You said yes.
Yes. Yes, I could.
Okay. Okay. So no internet, no Googling, no streaming, no Netflix, no Hulu. What else is there? Oh, there was no Amazon. So you know how you can order stuff from Amazon? We didn't have
Yes.
that. We didn't have
Mhm.
DoorDash. Matter of fact, you know what we had? We thought it was a treat when we ordered pizza and like Pizza Hut would deliver food, like a pizza to us. And that was only like an occasional thing. And then we didn't have all of these options. You know how like y'all have Panda Express and you have all these eating options. What do we have back in the day, Gold Sugar?
Burger King.
We had BK, and we were lucky when we had McDonald's, y'all. Would you be okay with this? I don't hear
Probably.
anything. You said probably? Well, then he's pretty sensible to Gold Sugar.
He is honestly, I feel like he could do without most, like as far as, I mean, he is a scroller. I think he scrolls on, what do you scroll on more, TikTok or Instagram?
For the most part, Instagram, but I've been easing back into TikTok.
So he scrolls, but his essential thing is his music. Like that's the thing that would hurt his soul probably a little bit if he didn't have his music. But he can forego, he's foregone games for a while and stuff and not been like, "Oh, I need to play something." Your other nephews, on the other hand, it would be a
Hmm.
little different.
Okay, so let me ask him this. Okay, are you listening, T Grizzy?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You said music, but keep in mind there was no Bluetooth speakers. So we didn't have that. What did we have, Gold Sugar?
We had corded, oh, we had little boom boxes or corded headphones. So he does his headphones, but no
Mhm.
Bluetooth headphones. You have to use a cord, plug the cord into your what would be a Walkman, and batteries that go into the Walkman, and hopefully the button doesn't come off, and then the cord gets a short in it, so only one earbud side of the headphones work. Oh, we've come a long ways.
And hopefully your batteries don't die and run out because then when you listening to the song, it starts to sound like it's in slow motion and the person like and when you hear that, you know it's time to change those batteries.
Well, and hope your tape doesn't get ruined.
Yes. Because if the tape gets ruined, a long portion of it's going to come out and you got to try to roll it back in without making sure it doesn't get damaged. Oh my God. It was just a whole thing. Like a whole thing. Could you go through that, Tager? He probably doesn't even know what we're talking about at this
No, this is
point.
so unfamiliar to him. Look, they saw, what was it? It was like, I think it was an iPod, and they were like, "Is this a cell phone?" They don't know. They have no
Oh
idea.
gosh. Okay, well, let me ask you this. So there would be no laptops like we have today.
Hmm.
You'll be okay with that?
Yeah, I don't use computers like that. I mean, aside from my work, but if I had to choose, I wouldn't use one regardless.
No iPads, no tablets.
I
You
don't
okay
use
with that?
iPads.
No
Okay.
cell phone.
You're okay with no cell phone.
I could go without one. If I
Oh my
had to.
gosh.
If I had to.
Oh, this is impressive. You have an old soul. That
I mean,
tells me
it.
he's been here before. This is
See, but
confirmation.
what I
Yeah.
know he's not under, because he's like, as long as I got my music, but what he's not understanding is, you know how you use your phone, you can see what song you're going to.
Yes.
When you have a cassette tape with music, you have no idea, like whatever song is next, you can't see anything. You just have to fast forward till you get to the next thing.
Or you have to have like one of those, when you bought the cassette tape and it had the paper in it, and you take it out so you can look at the songs and you'll know the words if they had the lyrics to the music. Then you had to memorize what song was coming next. So you would know like what song to
Yes.
skip and fast forward.
I think he would adapt, but I think it would be extremely frustrating. The part would be the adaptation process, because either he would be extremely frustrated and just give up on it, or
Yeah.
or he would eventually like be like, just suck it up and deal with it if he really wants to listen.
He
I'd
said as
I'd have
long
to
as
suck it up.
okay, okay, girl. Yeah, see, he's very reasonable. He said as long as he has his music, he would get by just fine. And I believe him. That's very impressive. Because I don't think a lot of, people his age or younger could get through it. Because, I mean, these children, they are really addicted to their iPads and stuff like that. Like they are. And I was with the kindergartners today, y'all. But I had to put them on iPads because I was trying to test them and I needed them to be quiet. But after a while, they started getting fidgety and fidgety and fidgety to the point where one girl said, I don't want to do iReady anymore. She didn't want to do it anymore, y'all. Children like interaction and they like attention. And so, like, you know how Tager, you know how like in the classroom the teacher will pull like a group of y'all to the table, just like maybe 5 or 6 of y'all in a group. Half the classroom wants to come to the teacher table to be with me, and they don't want to play the games in the classroom. They're like, can I come to the teacher table? But
Aw.
you can't get to all of them like that because it's 20 some of them. That's a very large class. So you have to try to break them up so that you can get through to each and every one of them. But y'all have it so different now because y'all have a Promethean board. You have a Promethean board in your classroom?
Yep, every one of them.
See, we had chalkboards. Do you mind explaining to him what the chalkboard was?
I was about to ask what's a Promethean board?
Girl.
A
So it's
whiteboard?
it's like a big flat screen TV in the classroom. And you can pull up YouTube, you can Google on it, and you can pull up the whiteboard. It's kind of like Zoom. Like, Zoom, how you have a whiteboard,
Mm-hmm.
but you can write on it. And that's how we pretty much use that in place of a chalkboard or a regular whiteboard. It's
We
like a
were show
digital board.
we were showing them. Tagger is, tell me if I'm wrong. Didn't we show y'all like what an overhead projector was?
Yes, yes, you did.
That's the last thing that was like the fancy thing that they had when they used to wheel the cart out with the
Yes.
overhead projector. So
Yes.
the only thing I remember was that, the whiteboard and the chalkboard. That was as fancy as it got.
Oh, yes. Yes. See, they don't know about that. Okay. And we actually, okay, here's another thing. Here's another thing. We had to handwrite our notes. We didn't have a laptop where we could type notes. When the teacher said, copy this down, she would have it all written down, all written out, and we had to copy what we saw. If we didn't copy fast enough and she erased, we just went without the information at that point. Like there was no
Yes.
digitalizing anything whatsoever.
Mhm. Yeah, that's happened to me before. Like, sometimes we'll have physical like written notes, and I
Mhm.
won't always get them all. So
Uh-huh.
like, and that's that. I usually get majority of them now, but like, yeah, that always sucked.
Look, they reminiscing in the comment section. Okay. Well, y'all, I think the nephew's pretty cool. I think he's pretty decent. I think he has an old soul and old spirit because if he's saying that, he pretty much can relate and he's okay with it and he's fine and he get by, I kind of believe him. He sounds sincere. So I think you got a good one, Gold Sugar, with this one. Because
With this one.
most of them wouldn't be able to deal with it. What's another thing? So, okay, we talked about the technology. What about like, okay, box TVs? Now that's another thing. So there was no flat screen TVs, okay? So that means the TV that's in your room, it would look like a big box. You're
I
okay
don't
with
think he
that?
would care.
He probably wouldn't care.
This is the
Okay.
less bougie child, because I've asked him, I was like, do you want your TV mounted on the wall? He's like, no, you could just leave it. Like he's this is the, like, I'm cool with whatever. This is that one.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Now, I will say, I think the kitchen, as far as like the air fryer and the microwave, that might be a thing.
Okay. So do you want to expound on that?
Tagger, can you go without the microwave and the air fryer?
It'd be very difficult. Very, very difficult. I don't like cooking. I like microwavables.
Understood. But we did have a microwave later. It's just that they never bought one, but they did exist, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, we just didn't have one.
We didn't have one. We didn't have that, and what else was there? Y'all type it out in the comment section if
We
you can
didn't
think
have a
of one.
blender. I thought that was I said
We
that
didn't have one
recently.
of those.
Like I don't know why we didn't have a blender. I always thought blenders were fancy when I saw people use them on TV.
He said, "Do y'all remember the Gigapets?" Oh God.
Oh yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's taking it way back. I think I actually had one of those one
You
time.
did have one.
Mm, 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 mm. So basically, nephew said that humans are parasites that the earth is trying to get rid of. Well, nephew, do you think they're good parasites? Well, I don't want to say if you're a parasite, you're not good, but do you think there maybe is there's a difference between which humans are parasites and which ones who are not, or are we all considered parasites?
For the earth, none of us are necessarily doing any good, more so harm, but not
Mm-hmm.
all people are intentionally doing bad things.
So you're saying we could be doing something inadvertently to the earth to destroy it, but not knowing any better,
Yes.
such as.
Like cars, those are terrible for the environment. Everyone uses them. Not everyone knows that they're terrible for the environment. Uh, like those weren't always it wasn't always known that cars were bad for the environment. We just used them because they were easier for transportation.
Speaking of transportation, did y'all hear about these new air taxis?
No.
So
No.
yeah, Mama told me about this one, and I don't know if I can share on this browser because I think I put up the wrong browser. But they have air taxis, and I'm going to talk about it on another stream if I can't pull it up on here. Basically, they're like miniature helicopter planes that fly in the air, and they're going to be delivering things and people, and it's going to like cut down on the traffic and stuff. Would you trust these? And Uber
Oh.
and Hyundai have paired together. They've already been testing them out, y'all. They're flying through the air. They're called air taxis.
I feel
Would
like
you
I
trust
might have
this?
heard of it. Is this for like California or somewhere like that where it's like a bigger, busier city?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In
I
big
think that's a
cities.
horrible idea. Like that's an accident waiting to happen.
That's what I said.
But I think
Because
people are still gonna do it though.
if people cannot manage being on the ground, how are they going to do in the air? And then like who's going to be qualified to drive to like fly these things? You're going to have some type of certification or license for this.
See, I was thinking it's gonna drive itself.
That's even scarier. To me it
Yeah, it
is. I
is.
mean, they have some stuff now. I think it's called Waymo or something. It starts with a W, and they are self-driving vehicles around. Have y'all seen these?
Oh, the way is it Waymo or something? They said
Yes.
Walmart in Houston, Texas has delivery drones. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So these drones are going to be taking people's jobs because I mean, think about UPS, think about Amazon delivery drivers, think about FedEx. I mean,
And you know
it's
what? When I order from Amazon, it'll say like, "Oh, you can have fewer packages." And I never pick it because I said, "Nope, this is going to interfere with somebody's job and their ability to be delivering, more
mm-hmm.
packages." So not to be like I'm trying to cause people more work. I'm just trying to help, with job security because I specifically won't choose that because sometimes like I can wait, for everything to come in one day, but I feel like they always are looking to try to like decrease human labor basically and like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, let the robots do it, and that's gonna, like I don't have like a type of job like that, but they be trying to incorporate AI in there as much as they can, and eventually, if they don't outsource it, they're gonna AI it. So I be
Mhm.
thinking about stuff like that.
Mhm. So, do you think if gosh, Tinkerbell. So, the thing about the AI thing, AI will take we know AI is going to take over like a lot of physical jobs. But AI is now starting to take over like people that need to use their brains. It's taking over technical jobs. And
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
yeah, I didn't know that it was this in depth, but when I was speaking to this lady last week, she was saying how AI is writing songs, it's singing songs, it sounds very real. AI is writing software to the point where they don't even need people to write software anymore.
hmm They
AI
got
has written itself.
they got rid of a whole bunch of people and like tech people at where I work like 2 years ago, and it was because of AI. And every year, like they talk about, oh, the changes are coming to the company. They keep saying AI, 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 and I was like, this isn't good. And like now they've started implementing it. So like even for people that take phone calls, right?
Mm-hmm.
You in the call center and you're supposed to be writing your note. The
Mm-hmm.
AI is basically summarizing what your call was and leaving the note for them. So I'm just saying that's definitely not good. And then even like I be using it because they have Gemini. We don't have like Chat
Mm-hmm.
GPT, but they have Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
It basically will just it writes whatever for you. So it's like I mean, I use it to a degree, like just to kind of polish what I wrote a little bit, but usually what I wrote is sufficient. But you just want to fix it up a little bit. But
Right.
but some people like you, I can see you having really dumb people just using the AI to like make themselves sound smarter. Because some people do that. They're like, it's a question, and they're like, well, let me put it in AI and get the answer. Well, you know what? Eventually, they can just take you out of it and the question goes straight to AI and let AI answer it. Like, why are you here if you're just taking this question and putting the AI and then giving the answer back? Like, it's yeah. I thought at first it was just going to be more of like, oh, the robots doing the physical stuff, but the AI is a trip. Like, it's scary because
It
they're
is.
gonna continue to figure out how to incorporate it because it's like, oh, this one-time investment saves me from paying all of these full-time employees and benefits
Mm-hmm.
and insurance and all of that.
Yes. Tager,
Yes.
can I ask you a question about AI? Because I know you're probably getting tired and everything. Um, for the AI thing, right? AI didn't exist, of course, when we were your age, but I wanted to ask you this. In school, there are some children that think they don't really need to learn or study or do anything because they feel like, oh, I can just use Chat GPT, I can just Google this, and I can just do all these things. So I don't really need to know it. What are your thoughts and opinions on that? Do you think people should actually study stuff? Do you think they should have some type of knowledge? Or do you think that you don't need to really try as hard because of the AI, the Chat GPT, and all this other technology now that they have?
I definitely feel like we still need to study and like we need to know the information ourselves because AI, say something happens to the power and AI like just all around the world goes out. We're not gonna have anything to help us with what we need if we don't know the information ourselves. So we will need to know how to do it. And like there's people I've seen people using AI like on their work and it's like probably shouldn't use AI because when you don't know how to do it, you're not going to be able to do it when you don't have said AI.
Mm, I concur. I concur. You said, Lonesome Dove said, where I live, Abilene, Texas, they are building the world's biggest AI facility. Now that's scary. And I've seen it and it's huge. That is scary. I don't want those robots near me. I don't want to talk to a robot. I don't want them delivering anything to me. Now, if they send some drones, to deliver stuff, that's different. But I don't want a robot coming to the door. And I don't want robots driving down the road. I've seen videos of like RoboCops. That was actually a movie too. But like they have these robots and they're pulling people over at traffic stops. Like that's scary because these
Oh,
people They have superhuman strength, and you're no match to these things. It's kind of like, remember that movie I Robot with Will Smith?
Hmm. I had the kids watching that. I don't think they finished it, but we were talking about the robots and stuff, and I was like, y'all need to watch Our Robot because that's what this sounds like.
Hmm.
Was something that
Pick it
was
up.
going on. But too, with like the self-driving vehicles and stuff. So, we have a Tesla around here and whatnot. And so one day we were using the self-driving phone. Well, I don't drive it often because I prefer my gas vehicle, but I was driving it home and I turned on the self-driving feature, right? Do you want to know what
Hmm.
happened? The direction I was driving in, the sun blinded it and I had to take back over. It told me I had to take back over because it couldn't see basically. And we was in the same
Mm.
predicament because the sun was blinding to me too. But
Mm.
but my thing is like that's like I don't, like you just can't fully depend on um, a robot or whatever, the technology itself. Because literally, what if somebody that was in the like didn't intend on taking the steering wheel, or you have somebody in the passenger seat, like those little Waymo vehicles? What happens with those if the sun blinds them and they can't see?
And then I always feel like computers and AI can have glitches. Just like that guy they got.
Definitely.
You remember that guy? He got trapped in the Tesla in the back seat and he was going around in the parking lot in a
Mm-hmm.
circle. He could not get out and they had to connect to the network. They had to actually, like, luckily the people were open and they could stop the vehicle. But that's scary. Also, I thought the self-driving feature on the Teslas, I thought that's illegal in some states and it's only legal in like California.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I know they changed the features because some people were just being pretty much reckless, like I don't have to do anything and taking naps and stuff in the car. So I know they made some adjustments to it. So like almost like somebody that has like a breathalyzer in their car, it makes you breathe every so often into the thing. Like
Hmm.
the self-driving feature, you have to like put your hands on the steering wheel, or it's something you have to do to show that you're still being like alert and paying attention or whatever.
Oh, interesting. Okay, see, I didn't know that. As you can tell, I'm not well versed with Teslas.
You know why I am. It's only one reason.
But the lady that I was talking to, I rode in her Tesla. She took me on a drive. This was a few years ago. And she was just talking about all the features it has and the fact that if it recognizes a chemical and that it's if it's like a gaseous chemical and it's toxic, the vehicle will actually close the vents and try to keep all the bad air out and trap the good air in. Did you know about that?
I did not know about that, but that is
Look it up.
that's
Look it
good.
up.
It has its benefits, but one thing I did hear about too was that like if it ever catches on fire, it's a very hard fire to put out. Like you can't put the fire out as easily as like a gas vehicle. So that this girl, she took like these fire safety classes or whatever. She like did volunteer fire or something. Anyways, that's she was telling me about it. She was like, yeah, because those aren't safe as far as like if any reason they catch on fire, it's really hard to put the fire out. You need like some special chemical or solution or something to get it out. Fun fact.
Interesting. Oh, okay. So it looks like the nephew muted himself just now. Okay. Those batteries in those cars are dangerous. Are they? I can believe it. Like those cyber trucks. I don't know about those things, y'all. I don't like the way they look. I don't like them.
I
I
feel
don't
like I
like
see
them.
less of them. At first, they were like, I used to see more around, and now it's like nobody had, like, you might see one or two here or there, but like people don't really have them like that no more. I don't know why, but they do look unique.
Yeah, they look like something from outer space. I don't know. I don't want them near me. I wouldn't want to get in an accident with one of those things. I don't trust it. It's just, mm-mm.
Yep,
You
he said
said
those
those things
batteries
are
are
ugly,
dangerous.
huh? What you say?
No, he was saying the battery, that's exactly what it is. It's the battery. if it catches on fire. That's what it is. The battery. When you said the batteries are dangerous.
He said that's why those cars that catch in fire are hard to put out. I'm seeing more and more of the
Hmm.
Tesla trucks on the interstate. I hope that they do away with those Teslas. I know the Tesla trucks. I remember what's his name? Elon Musk. Something about he was begging the American people to buy his cars because people had stopped buying them. They had stopped. They got a Tesla dealership out here with a whole bunch of them things sitting outside. A whole bunch of those ugly looking. No offense if y'all got one, but they look like tanks, army tanks. I don't trust them. I don't like
Somebody
it.
said it like a refrigerator.
Yes, they did. They said it looked like a stainless steel refrigerator going down the road. And I don't know. The first time I saw one, I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? And then
I don't
people,
know why he made it look like that. I feel like more people probably would have bought it if it looked a little more normal.
I don't know, but I think they said they started off with being like 65,000 and people were buying them, I guess, because they were the new thing out, but I don't see as many now. The thing is, the resale value, who you got to find the person that wants to who wants to buy one of those? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's out there looking for a Cybertruck? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's a like if you got one, it's like probably for like a status thing to be like, oh, I got that new cyber truck,
Yeah,
just to say you
exactly.
got it.
They can have it. I'd rather get me like a Toyota 4Runner. Thanks. Them Toyotas last forever, y'all. Toyota. Toyota, the Highlander, the Grand Highlanders, those are nice. They're very expensive too. But yeah, all the cars now, like any car that you get now is just is super, super expensive. All
They
of it.
are.
It's crazy. I remember people talking about how cars were, getting expensive, but it's really out of control at this point. And they
Yeah,
say
because
it's because they're putting all the new technology in them, but they're being greedy if you ask me.
but the thing that's so ironic is like even like the cars, really everything is like, oh, there's technology in it, and so we're gonna charge you more for it. But overall, like the quality of everything with
Mm-hmm.
the new technology is far worse. I literally was telling this lady at work because she was saying her I can't remember. She said it was either her washing machine or her dryer had like broken, and she was like, she whatever, she was trying to get it fixed. And I was brought up this person I know who
Mm-hmm.
has a washing machine and dryer that they've had for a really long time, like
Mm-hmm.
20 years.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, hers works fine. She hasn't had any issues with it in 20 years. But I was like, everybody who's getting the new stuff, their stuff keeps breaking. Like you, not you. I mean, mama, us, the lady at work, this other girl. Like, it's so many people have had problems with like new appliances and stuff. Vehicles, same thing. But it's like when the older stuff, it's like it still works, like it still lasts. But it's just stupid because they're charging so much, and the quality of the product is just worse. Even houses, the quality of how they build these houses. Girl,
Girl,
my heat is currently not working. Like literally, got heaters on in here.
I saw the text and I said, "Oh no." And just like somebody said, electric vehicles are not good. Okay, electric vehicles are well, the resale on them because you know why? Not to change the subject, because I'm going to go back to what you were saying, but electric vehicles, you have to have a place to charge it. And everybody does not have access to a charging station at all times. So they have to wait. I was watching a video about it. So electric vehicles are not selling like they thought they would. And then you said things are not built to last. Cars definitely are not built to last anymore. You know how I felt about my Honda Accord. I
Hmm.
regret it to this day. Y'all, I had
Yep.
a Honda Accord, best car ever. And like they don't make cars like that anymore. They just don't. They're not built the same. These
Hmm.
cars, like now, are just, I don't even know what to say about it. And they're overpriced. But even
So,
like you said, the appliances, the electronics,
hmm
I even think cell phones, into some capacity, are built so that they don't last. Like the battery will die eventually,
I
because that's
agree.
what they did with the old. Like my old cell phone that I had before I upgraded, y'all. I'm only at the 13 Pro Max. Like I haven't gone past that, but but before that, the battery was built to go, like, not last in the phone, and you
Hmm.
had to upgrade because it would not hold a charge. I had like the iPhone 6, y'all.
Well, you remember we were at the Coliseum. Now, granted, I didn't have an iPhone, I had an Android. And remember, I dropped my phone in the Coliseum on the concrete, face down. The screen didn't crack. I didn't have a screen protector or anything on it, and the screen did not crack. Now, I dropped my phone in the bathroom, and the back of the phone cracked.
Oh no.
And it's not, it wasn't pavement or anything like that. Like I literally dropped it on concrete in this, and that was, that was years ago. That was like probably before Tagger was born, maybe, or he was a baby. So you're talking about like 14 years ago. But yeah, I think it's everything. It's literally everything. And this is the heat situation. This is like the third, at least the third time they've had to fix the heat, and we only been in the house for 5 years.
I remember you were saying that they had to fix your heat before,
Mhm.
and then I didn't know your heat stopped working again. But that just
Mhm.
goes back to the builders and these
Mhm.
houses, and how they're, throwing these houses up. And it's like a conveyor belt, and it's like a manufacturing machine, because they're trying to close so many. And it's coming from the company that they work for. The developers want
Oh
to
yeah.
close so many houses per month,
Mhm.
because I had one of the guys telling me that when I did the walkthrough, and they were like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, we just closed this, and we have this many closings this week." And I'm like, you cannot effectively and efficiently get all this stuff done on time and have a quality product for the customers. Like, this
Mhm.
is an investment. These people are paying their hard earned money, going to work, and this is supposed to last them for many years. And you got stuff not working, falling apart. That's not fair to the consumer. And they need to have class action lawsuits, because that's
Mhm.
unacceptable.
Yeah, because even like the lead or head contractor, whatever, who was working with our builder, he was like kind of complaining about it, and he's like, they expect us to get X amount of, like, however many houses done, and they had like a cutoff, and he was like, I don't know how that's supposed to happen. That man ended up leaving. He didn't stick around for it because he just
Mm.
felt like he's not giving
Mm-hmm.
people quality work. Like, you just
Mm-hmm.
want them to rush and do a poor job just to get it done. And I think they went through like two, maybe another two people after that. And I'm like,
Mm.
so y'all have unrealistic expectations. And like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And, the builder we have, they're
Mm-hmm.
new, they were new to this area. So it's like, what were y'all doing in the Midwest all this time? Like, y'all just been throwing stuff up crazy over there. Cause
Mm-hmm.
clearly, like, over people weren't, like, contractors weren't even used to like what they were asking for. But, of
Right.
course, they found somebody that's like, okay, I'll throw these houses together and
Mm-hmm.
find the cheapest people to do it the fastest or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Somebody said quantity or quality. I prefer
Exactly.
quality. Quality, definitely. Fox Galaxy said, "What's up? How you doing, Fox? Glad to see you're back in the building." But
Mhm.
yeah, I know that there are several home builders that I saw that had reviews about the lack of quality. And eventually, if they keep going through this, they're going to have some type of class action lawsuit. Just like a lot of these cars be having recalls and stuff like that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
The Tager's back. Tager, did you want to add anything to the conversation? He's so he's so shy, y'all.
He's a man of few words.
He's a wise young man. And he was doing homework earlier too, y'all. Why why are my cats acting up? Prancer
Now,
never jump. He never does this. He's jumped up behind the TV screen. They are just dying for attention because they never come in this room. They're only in here because I'm in here. Both of them. You should see them, y'all. Both of them just acting.
now, you were asking the tagger earlier about school. Now, if you were to ask him about what he's learning and finds to be relevant, He definitely, I think, has a strong opinion about that. The tagger, are you still there?
He
Yes,
is.
I am.
You said ask him about what now?
Just his thoughts and opinions about schoolwork and its relevance to life.
Oh, that is an awesome question. Let's get into it. So, nephew, what are your thoughts about the schoolwork that you're learning and how it applies to your real everyday life and your future life?
Not all of it is necessary, in my opinion. That so
Mm,
in English, I feel like at this point in time, my vocabulary is pretty good, right? Like sure, I could learn a few more words, right? Expand my vocabulary. Sure, that's always great. But like I know how to do what I do. So English, it's a little bit excessive to like continue building on after this point. It's just we've done a lot of the same things that we've done in previous grades multiple times. And that it just doesn't seem necessary. In social studies, actively we're learning about like laws and like the branches of the government. So that's pretty useful, I could say. So yeah, that's necessary. Science, some of it seems a little excessive, but I could see how depending on what job one might get, you could use some of that information. But algebra, I don't understand at all how we would need it. Like for a lot of it. Like not all of it is useless in my mind, but like a lot of it's probably not going to be necessary because none of it really makes sense for me, right?
mm, interesting. Well, do you think that most of the skill sets that you need for like getting prepared for your future could be done in less than 13 years of school?
Probably, yeah, the majority of them.
What age do you think would be the time frame that you could be done with school altogether if you just took the necessary things that you needed for school?
So probably somewhere around like 15 to 13 to 15, maybe somewhere around those years, because like it might take longer for some people to like fully get the hang of some of the stuff. So depending on what people might struggle in, they might need longer to improve upon those skills. But at at least 13 years to get through all the important material and an extra two to maybe like refine those abilities in such topics.
Okay. What is one of your favorite subjects for school?
I like social studies the best.
Okay. Why so?
It just it's easier and makes more sense for me.
Easier and makes more sense. What are you currently learning about in social studies?
As of right now, we are learning economics, like how businesses work and all sorts of economics.
Oh, really? Business economics. So, okay, tell me something that I might not know about business economics.
Um,
Putting you on the spot.
I I don't nothing that really comes to mind.
Okay. But I do
Yeah, I
think that
don't.
I do think that is a really good subject to learn about.
I don't remember learning about economics in the eighth grade.
Me either. We didn't even have it. So that's why I was asking.
It's it you should see like the electives and stuff that they have.
Hmm.
Um it's just you know, like I made him take Make It Your Business. I don't think he was a fan of having to take it, but it put me in mind of like the marketing class you took when you were in I think high school. But it's
Hmm.
like they had that as an elective in middle school, like to learn about creating a business. I was just like impressed by that, and I think sometimes like I be trying to push them towards certain electives because it's like we didn't have that, and y'all
Mm-hmm.
got the opportunity. Like even the one he's taking now, he's taking tech assisted music, which is like that was never a thing for us. You know, it was regular band and orchestra, and
Mm-hmm.
that was about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the high school electives are. I was like, wait, we need to decide on these because I'm like, look at the choices you have. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they do have that, like certain options available to them because they can learn about stuff that they should be teaching you, which probably should be a regular part of your curriculum as opposed to just an elective.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like business stuff should be regular stuff. And then he's taking, he's in Spanish. What are you in Spanish too? Okay. Yeah, he's in
Nephew.
Spanish too. So he's taking Spanish 3 next year. And I mean, I feel like that should be a regular part of the curriculum. Like you know,
Definitely, I feel like foreign language should
it shouldn't
always.
even be an elective at this point. It should
Yeah, it
just
should
be
be
part of
taught
it.
just from like kindergarten and up. That's my opinion on
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yep.
So, T Grizzy,
Yes.
okay, my question for you is this. What is something that you feel should be taught in school that maybe they don't teach in school?
Mm.
Um,
That's a good question. I have an answer.
All right, we'll let him think about it. Go, Sugar, what's your answer?
Finance, like
Yeah.
finance, saving, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like just
Definitely.
the basics of and it could be so many levels like yeah, that could be like a regular part of school
Mm-hmm.
because even like I try to show them like this is writing a check. You got grown people that don't know like anything about a check like right because and granted you don't use them as much but some
Mm-hmm.
people will still pay you with a check and sometimes you still have to write a check for certain things but like little things like that like checks
Yeah.
and balances and balancing a checkbook and managing a bank account, like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
financial management is probably like
I agree.
definitely
Uh,
the top thing that comes to mind.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Lonesome Dove said, "As Sugar is nephew, your relative."
That's my baby.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome, mom. Awesome, awesome job. Yes, indeed. Well, let me see. We've been on here for what, an hour and 27 minutes. I don't want to keep y'all too long because it's 10:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know me, I could go on a little longer, but I know it's getting late, guys, and I know how you like to settle in. So, you said you agree with the financial management, Maddie Ice? Definitely. I think most of us agree with that one, if not all. Was there anything else y'all wanted to touch on? Anything else you wanted to add? Anything you want to say to the chat before we head out?
Well, I didn't keep up with like all of the chat because I can't really see it from where I where I am on my phone. But hey to the chat, thanks for hanging in there with us and all your comments. And I had thanks to Ms. BGAB herself for having us on tonight. I appreciate it. I haven't been here in a while, so thanks for having me, and I hope everyone has a lovely evening and a wonderful weekend.
Well, it's always a pleasure. And I was putting up their comments on the screen. I don't know if you could see it. I don't know if you have it pulled up on your TV screen just so you could see what they were saying. But thank you so much for embracing Gold Sugar and Tiger. Well, Tagger, T Grizzy, the nephew. We
Tagger.
appreciate you. uh, Tagger, was there anything you wanted to say in closing to the chat, to the
uh,
audience?
thanks for the love, I guess.
Okay, he said, thanks for the love, you guys. Thank y'all for embracing him. And of course, welcoming Miss Gold Sugar back to the platform. It's always a pleasure. And, of course, from yours truly, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm going to say continue to walk in your divinity. Remember to always celebrate yourself because if you don't, who else will? And you said this was a good live stream with y'all. BJB Brown Girls Are Better, says Maddie Ice. Maddie Ice is a Caucasian, y'all, but he always comes on. I didn't know it at first. Maddie, please don't get offended. I thought you were a melanated female. I thought he was a melanated female, y'all. I don't know why. And I was just conversing with him all the time and speaking to him until one day he said, because I'm a what did he say? Because I'm a guy. And I was like, oh my God, all this time I didn't know. So and the great thing is he never got offended from all of the like racial conversations that I've had about Caucasians on the platform. Not, y'all know I'm not a racist person, but I have to tell the truth where the truth has to be told, y'all. He said, I am a man. Shout out to Maddie Ice. That's right. Speak your truth to power. Lonesome Dove said, Maddie, I didn't know you was a Caucasian, bro. Lonesome Dove is Hispanic, I think. I think he's Mexican. And then we have Fox Galaxy. He's rather young. He's only 6 years older than the nephew, and he's a melanated
Okay.
guy. So we have a very diverse platform, even though it's
It's
called
very
Brown Girls Are
diverse.
Beautiful. So I love the diversity here. Yes,
Hmm.
he's Mexican. And Maddie said, I mean, Lonesome Dove said, Maddie, much love to you too. See, and my chat gets along, y'all. I love it. They don't argue. They're very, very respectful of one another and they embrace each other. So that's the type of energy that I like to protrude and that I like to invite over on the platform. All right, guys, thank y'all so much. I know this isn't the longest live stream, but we've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. Thank y'all for rocking out with us. And maybe later on, if they have time, energy, and the free will, they will come back on to join us again. Okay. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and sign out. All right.
Good night.
Good night, y'all. I would play my outro, but y'all, we rocking with the free version right now, so I don't even know if I could play the freaking outro. I'm not used to this, y'all, so please forgive me. All right, let me see if they'll let me do it. Nope. I gotta subscribe. Next time, y'all, next time we'll be able to play our outros, okay? All right, y'all. Y'all be good. Bless y'all. Good night. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
All right, we're signing out. I just had to end it. This is crazy.